This tip involves creating a self-adjusting reference using the index function. I had a friend of mine that wanted to reference some data on another workbook that was going to be refreshed periodically. And he originally set it up this way. Equal, going to the source workbook, that cell, enter, converting that reference to a relative reference, and then copying that formula into the same area as exists on the other worksheet. Well, when that worksheet updates, these will update as well. But the problem is, when somebody inserts a row or a couple of rows and then adds content, when I go back to this worksheet, you can't tell that anything's been adjusted from the source data because these references all adjusted to the new location of the cells they were referencing. Well, there's a way to set this up to make it so that doesn't happen, and it involves using the index function. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to put some reference numbers in row 6. And I may have more there than I need, and some reference numbers in column A. And then I'm going to build an index function that references the area that contains the content, comma, and the row number is going to be found in column A. The column number is going to be found on row 6. I need to make A an absolute reference and 6 an absolute reference. Closing the parentheses, Control Enter, I now can copy this formula in this area, and I pull the content in from the source workbook. And I'm getting some error messages, but those will go away when I insert some content. Going back to the source spreadsheet, when I insert some columns and rows, going back to the destination worksheet, I have all of that content pulled in exactly the same orientation that it's found on the source worksheet. So it doesn't matter if you insert columns and rows on the source data, because this particular cell will always look for the content that's in the third row and the third column in the selected region. So it's a self-adjusting reference to some source data that's contained in the spreadsheet, the assumption being that that source data will change or could change.